All right, we're on Spotlight now. This is the beginning of my Spotlight season. So yeah, you know, it'll happen however it happens. So you just have to be patient with yourself. I still have some things I'm working on, still working on some feelings of feeling wanted and cherished, you know, and God is helping me to work through those things. Also, feelings of like me trying to carry the load too much, learning about that too. So earlier today when I was eating my oatmeal and having a vibe and a good time, I talked a little bit about this hip-hop performance I was going to go to for a friend that I literally just met earlier, like last week. I was excited to go to the performance. It was going to be awesome. They said, okay, yeah, I'm doing in the first couple things, so don't be late. And I was like, yeah, I got you. Thing is, like, today a little crazy, going to the Salt Lake City Marathon, cheering on a friend, seeing some other people. It was cool. But honestly, I was super tired, and it would have been good for me to text them, but hey, I'm really tired, or something, you know, just do something instead of doing nothing. Like I ended up going and writing some poetry about how I was feeling, which was good. However, you know, at some point it just like you close your eyes and when you're that tired, you just conk. So I'm still working through sleep schedules, still trying to get everything into a better place. Overall, I know I've come a long way, but yeah, it's just like you can do all you can do and still like mess up and drop the ball and hurt feelings and stuff. And so I'm far from perfect. If there's any illusion that I'm perfect from the last video, like, or live, this is 100% proof that I am still healing, learning, and growing, and I'm gonna need help to accomplish what I would like to accomplish while I'm here on earth. And that's obvious. You know, God gives you a dream. If he gives you a dream, like, you're gonna have help to accomplish it, and you're gonna need help from him. So I'm learning a lot about not trying to shortcut the process and not trying to make rest happen when like it's really not supposed to happen. Like today, I just needed to get some things to happen. Like I just needed to go to this hip hop performance thing, and I was chilling. I was fine. I would have felt that rest, felt that peace, felt that joy, and I didn't need to try and get in a nap before, you know, actually sleeping. You know, Kenzie, Mahan, I hope you guys are well. Yeah, it is just it's a humbling feel today. So basically, I'm chilling here under the spotlight. Look, there you go. We're under the spotlight today. We're just chilling. Just Barry, I hope we're well. So we learn from our mistakes. And with me being in my basement season, I've been living in older couple's basement the last 5 months. This happened a couple times where somebody's like, okay, I'm going to come at this time. And then, you know, I feel like I have to like carry that weight on my own or something. I can always tell other people like, hey, this person's going to be coming or whatever, even if they forget, like just making it easier for you to be carried. So I'm moving out like in a couple days. They're really old. Like one of them's blind, the other one, yeah. So they're in their last season. I'm in my spotlight season. So I'm gonna be climbing this mountain. I'll end the stream before that because I don't think this is the first time I've done a live stream outside of a house. So it may be kind of iffy in terms of quality. I got in hugs a couple times from the older wife lady who's blind because she was my Cub Scout leader like forever ago. And the other guy, no, I don't think I've even gotten a hug from him. So yeah, it's all good. I'm glad that you're good. I'm glad you're good, Kenzie. I'm glad you're good. So yeah, Titan, welcome. You were here in the breakfast stream. I hope you're well, dude. Yeah, today I'm just very humbly witnessing my weakness and in full form of just sometimes trying to do it all on my own. So today has been really beautiful. I got taken out to lunch by a cousin and just really seeing God's hand all over the place, helping me out. But, you know, today I really wanted to make it to this hip hop performance for this friend, and I totally dropped the ball. Yeah, I think it's just like you sometimes overthink and you think I have to do all these different things to make today work. So I was kind of stressing about like doing a live stream before I went to the dance performance, but it's just like you just kind of make a plan and then you just execute on the plan. When I started writing some poetry after feeling really tired after I got back from adventure, I mean, it would have been good to go on a walk and be like genuinely like talking to myself. All right, I know you're like tired as all heck. You know, do you want to do you want to go to this dance performance still? Do you want to do this? You know, and just really talking to myself through it. But there was no conversation. Sometimes I want people to start such conversations for me, or I just want somebody to care enough to want to do that for me. But it's one, people can't read my mind, and two, um, yeah, it's just we all got our own lives to live. So I'm very humble, but it's fun to see you, Titan. I hope you had a good day. So I don't know. I'm holding my phone this time, so yeah. There's some people hooligan. I don't think they're hooligans, but they're having their hooligans and hooliganing moment. So I've been watching a lot of Pokemon. So I've been watching a lot of Pokemon. Like Ash. Been watching a lot of Pokemon with Ash. His story of Pikachu and their bong and stuff. That's been good. Dude, you came back from sea diving? That is actually crazy, dude. That's actually crazy. That's amazing though. That's amazing. How is that? That sounds amazing. I'd love to do that one of these days. So yeah, I'm pretty close to this mountain here, and I'm just going to run up it once I get some of my feelings out here, because I don't want to forget this. I'm not gonna beat myself up, of course, but I also don't want to hide this, that I was gonna be awake, I was gonna be there at this time, and I totally dropped the ball. So like it would have been okay if I can nap and miss the performance had I said, hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it to the performance, blah blah blah. But without any communication whatsoever, my homie literally showed up, picked me up, and I was not there. So that is unacceptable behavior in any universe. I mean, I've had times where people did that to me, and obviously it's not great, and it really damages a friendship or a relationship even before it can start. So yeah, I don't know. It's humbling. And it really comes down to not overthinking, because I sometimes really try to overthink and be like, oh, this is how this has to be, and this is what this person's significance is going to be in my life. But the fact is, like, you don't know that. Like, you don't really know anything. You're just kind of living life. So, hello. That's some awesome dogs. Yeah, just 2 sheepdogs. Dude, Titan got 19 subs. That's epic, man. So basically, how I see this live stream right here, this was not planned. I was not planning to climb this mountain today, but however, I just have way too much energy. I'm probably not gonna, I took like a 4 or 5 hour nap. I'm probably not gonna sleep tonight, and that's okay, because I've done that before. I'm probably going to get to church really late or not even make it. It's just kind of how it is. The older couple doesn't mean to, but sometimes they lock the door, and I lost key pretty recently, so it's just, there's a lot of mess, and it becomes too heavy when you think too much about it. So yeah, still working through stuff, still healing, still learning to better advocate for myself and be like, okay, this is what I do. Like, because when you know what you actually want to happen, like throughout the rest of the day or whatever, then you can go out and make it happen. There's a lot of people I wanted to talk to today at the marathon that I talked to, and that was good. That was awesome. There wasn't like, oh, I wanted this person, and then I just walked past them and didn't talk to them. Like, that didn't happen. I mean, I think I got 3 or 4 subscribers on YouTube just from going around talking to people. That wasn't the intention, but like with one of them, he's like, yeah, I'd like to follow your journey. So there you go. This is a humbling part. This is a humbling part that I did not ask for. This is a humbling part that I don't know. This is like, for me, this is how I get back on the path without sucking or getting upset or frustrating or whatever, This is how I will stay forward, stay focused. yeah, this is how I will do it. So just get out more of what I need to get out here. And yeah, today God has been really, really, really good. Like my cousin, she's going on a mission to Peru in June, and she literally paid for my meal. And yeah, it was just a really wonderful thing talking to her. She asked me like, where do you want to be in 5 years? And I told her, like, oh yeah, I'd like to be speaking at a TED stage. I'd like to have a lot more book out, probably be married in 5 years or not. I don't know. And then we talked about like for me being able to let go of for anybody else and just doing my own thing, how fast that could happen. I was like, well, if I keep doing well and learning and growing from my mistakes, like could be as early as like, a year or two. So yeah, life is a gift, life is a blessing. So however you treat the gift of life is still a gift and it's still a blessing. However, there are obviously people that have made life more difficult than it needs to be for people in their family or whatever it might be. And that is tough. I mean, I remember one dude on basketball team. So like I was the basketball manager in high school and I knew a lot of different things about how the coaches thought about certain players and stuff. I got a lot of background info and inside access stuff. And something I could use that to help out the players. I could be in a kid for them. But yeah, there's this one player and his mom like just would just sleep around with different guys and just worked at McDonald's. And nothing against people that work at McDonald's, was like, I'm sure you could have done much more. But it's like when it's easy to perpetuate that generational cycle of drug abuse or whatever it is. So, and I hope he's not continuing that cycle, but it's pretty tough to get, pretty easy to keep that cycle going once you've got it going. So yeah, I mean, one example of when I was an advocate for one of the players, there's a story I think about all the time. So there was this one player who really wanted to make varsity. His name was Jordan, and he was just super, super intent on making varsity. And he wanted to show off to the coaches and the other players. So a lot of the varsity players would watch the JV games too. So during this JV game, Jordan has this wide open lane to do whatever he wants, right? And so he goes for this dunk. This is the dunk. He hits the ground, and it's just like, you're just in that moment, just like, holy cow, what just happened? And he hits his arm on the ground because he's like so upset with himself. He's so upset with himself. And he's just, you could just see the sadness and the pain of that moment for him. And hasn't forgotten it. Like that would be so painful. And then he got into the locker room, and I was there like to out and grab some of the players' jerseys and whatnot. And he just said, never gonna make varsity, never gonna make varsity, never gonna make varsity. I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. And he was literally like banging like the locker like so hard. He's just like so out with himself, so frustrated, started crying, everything, just the whole 9 yards. And I'd heard the coaches talking about Jordan like literally a couple weeks before, just that if Jordan keeps up the work he's doing, he's gonna make varsity. And he just has to keep doing what he's doing. So I literally told him like, hey bro, I heard the coaches talking about you like a couple weeks ago. If you just keep up what you're doing, you're going to make varsity. It's inevitable, bro. You're literally going to make varsity. You don't have to do it. Literally, you're going to make it. And then, he did make varsity like the next year. I was graduated at that point, I believe, or no, I'm trying to remember when that was. And anyway, yeah. So he made varsity and it worked out because like if somebody's got their eye on you, like a coach or whatever it might be, like, there's a reason for that. So I take that as my own word to myself today. You don't have to do anything fancy. God will supply. He will supply. He will provide. He will take care of me. He's not going to go like, oh yeah, we'll just provide for Dallin and help him out. And then when Dallin's going through a really, 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 really tough time, like we're just going to completely forget that he exists. That's not how God's love works. It's just not. Even when we fall short, he still abides faithful. It says in 2 Timothy 2:13, though he abideth not, though we fall short. I mean, he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself. I cannot make up at all me missing this dude's dance performance Like I can't make that up to him. And it really does come down to this. Do I care about this person enough? Do I care about what could potentially happen with this? Because I already dropped the ball in this aspect of the friendship. And another thing too was I was talking about how I was potentially going to do another live stream today. So that was in the back of my mind too. Of course I wanted to, but it's still like a thought. So like being able to just write out all my thoughts would have been fantastic. Prayer is great, all that stuff. However, I have ADHD, and for me, I need to move around a lot more to help keep the brain grooving, because I just have so many things on my mind that, and it could be great stuff too, but it can take me away from the present moment. When am I ending the stream? That is a fantastic question. Until I just can't go any farther. And then I'm going to go climb the mountain that's all the way over there. You can't see it, but it's out there. So it'll probably take me like 2 or 3 hours. That's why I'm dressed up with this. I have shorts so I can run a little faster, because running in like khaki pants doesn't fly. But yeah, I just got to get this out there. Just got to get it out there. I mean, obviously it's a tragedy that I dropped the ball so badly in this way. However, this does not change my worth in God's eyes. Does not change the blessings that he has for me. He does not change anything else. It's just there needs to be a conversation with me, potentially, if I can, to talk with this person that I totally dropped the ball on. Like if this was like a relationship and like this is just like a hypothetical, and my girlfriend was the one who had done this hip hop thing today, I would have a lot of explaining to do, right? That is how this works. If there's no communication, then the friendship, relationship, whatever, it's going to die. It's not going to die because of, so many friendships die for that, because or for relationships for that matter. They're just, the communication stops and it just dies down. So, I mean, that's how my first relationship ended, actually, and my last relationship. I wasn't very good at communicating. And as far as like the relationship and how it was going and stuff. And then, after I graduated, I think we talked one more time. And then after that, I assumed that she didn't want to talk to me anymore. And so I just stopped reaching out, stopped calling. And I think there might have been one time or two that I reached out, but then by then I think it was just too late. And who knows what she was thinking too. So that is the pain of not communicating. So obviously I can smile about it, and even about it now, because she was such a blessing, such an angel. I have nothing else to say. That's how I'll always see my ex until the day I die, was that she was an angel to help me out, because I was going through a really rough time in college, and she kind of helped me to keep going. And so that was a gift. That was a blessing from God to help me keep going. But yeah, when you mess up with communication, you don't own it, then things can fall apart. Things that had promise or had potential, even just as a friendship, it falls apart, falls flat on his face. So I've had times where, I have a friend who came and picked me up, the one who took me to Salt Lake City for the marathon today to go cheer on there's been times I've dropped the ball with her picking me up because I slept in or whatever, and we've talked about it, and it's been okay. It's been okay. Today it was great. We were just able to talk and chill, and it was good. It was awesome. That was only because there's communication. Once you take communication out of the picture, it becomes very difficult for anything to stick around, to stay alive. So, I mean, that's how communities thrive and die as well. Once the community stops meeting, it eventually dies. So I had a gaming YouTube channel when I was younger, and I do streams with friends and stuff, and it was fun. And that was something that I learned, was that if you don't nurture this friendship and you don't nurture the community, the fan base, we were switching, because we were switching up seasons. I was moving out. I was in college, all these things changed up, And so the community that we built up also changed up. And there's some people I still keep in touch with, but the community as a whole is gone because of that just ending that way. Well, I appreciate the like, Titan. Yeah. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get. My bro's killing it. He's just running like a legend in this darkness, man. Running like a legend in the darkness, bro. So, good stuff. It's good stuff. So, I don't know. There's a couple people that'd be fun to see them if they've been the stream. I know my parents or brother aren't going to be here just because they're in Eastern Standard Time and it's a lot later for them than it is here. It's almost 10 o'clock. So, but it's almost midnight there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll keep this going a little bit longer. I always have stuff to say. So, yeah, I don't know. There's just so much stuff I have to think about and just what God has been. It just really blows me away how good he is all the time. So it is a humbling spot to be. There have been times where I had all these uncomfortable feelings and was just feeling really broke forever, and I fell into viewing pornography. I'm free from that. However, that is something that I have done, not a ton of, but like, I don't know, maybe 30 times or so in my life from age 14 to age 28. So 14 years. So that's like one relapse or two relapses a year on average. Although there's times where I was on my mission. Well, I was on my mission for 2 years and I didn't fall at all. Most of the relapses have been in the last 5 years because I thought that I don't know, just trying to work through difficult emotions, and shame-based behaviors like viewing pornography are not a good way to do it, obviously, or whatever. But you just kind of learn and you work through things. I've had times where I've wanted to talk to people about these things and they did not listen to me. They bullied me. They, whatever. It's a battle. I don't have the Moose shirt on. Oh, wait, do I? No, I don't. I have my Winnie the Pooh shirt because I need something a little warmer. I need something a little warmer because it's not going to be that long. I mean, it's probably like a 2 hour. I've never been to the summit before, and doing the dark will be great. So I've had a couple times where I've gotten close, but I didn't even know how close I got. So yeah, and today we've done the stream out and about. So who knows? Maybe I'll do a stream. I mean, this is the first one. So, I mean, I go all over the place. So I could do a live stream wherever, at a Starbucks or whatever. I don't really care. So the future's unlimited. Future's unlimited is the key. The key is to not limit yourself. That is the key. So, I mean, I got to talk to my awesome cousin about, some future stuff. And then now that I have that clarity, that gift of clarity, I got to run for it and choose it. Because like a couple years ago, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I was doing my self-development YouTube channel and stuff like that. And I was still just figuring out what was going on. 3 years ago today, I was just getting through the breakup. And I don't even think I knew that it was broken up. Like they're just ended by default. Like I said, like we just didn't talk. Neither of us said anything. So we both probably thought that the other person didn't want to talk to the other person for whatever reason. And that's how it worked out. So it was certainly the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life, for sure. And it was much deeper than anything physical. It was very deep emotional pain, heart pain, etc. I ended up going to therapy for a little bit. And then that ended up me writing my book. So it's all worked out. I'm grateful it's all worked out. I have experienced a lot of unnecessary pain, especially all those times I fell back into viewing pornography after like letting it go. But it is what it is. What time is it? It is 9:47 p.m. where I am. So this will, I mean, I'll still try to show up, even when I drop the ball like this. I had a good time doing live streams this week. I need to be more intentional. So maybe I'll do a live stream, I don't know, some other place. Maybe I'll have some person with me I can have on the live stream. That'd be fun. I don't know. God is unlimited. God is not limited. God's word is not bound. Oof. I read that this week. I read that today, actually. I think it's in 2 Timothy 1 or 2. It's like, God's word is not bound, dude. It is not bound. No, sir. So my left foot is starting to fall asleep a little bit because of just the time of day. And I mean, when I sleep in this, uh, it literally like, or like when I even miss something, it's like, it's such a struggle. The first time I really remember this happening, bro is killing it, bro. Yes. My dude is killing it. Dude, that is my guy right there. He's just rocking it. Rocking it right now. So rocking it. And yeah, I've never felt better about my life. I've felt more love than I've ever felt in my life. And so I've learned that love comes down to your heart and what you choose, how you trust God. It doesn't come down to like some specific person. Even if you're in a relationship with a really loving whatever person, like you can still choose to not be filled with love back. I mean, I was talking with one of my friends about this, and they were just talking about how, you know, they're in a divorce now, and a lot of it's because their husband didn't show up for them. They didn't would run away to drugs, run away to other women. He'd run away to women. It's like, what in the world? Dude was tripping. He was tripping hard. But that's, I don't know, man. When you're really feeling uncomfortable emotions and stuff, I can only being in a marriage, and you have all these like new obligations, children, everything else. And yeah, like you have to communicate. You have to be able to talk about that stuff with your spouse, or it's just not going to end well. I think every marriage, every like friendship had defining moments where something big happens. Somebody does something that would not be great, and then they get to talk through that and see, okay, do we still want this to happen? And that communication, that conversation right there, that conversation I just said about like, we need to talk about this and make sure, like, see, does this still line up? Are we willing to are we willing to move forward past this mistake? That talk could be literally one of the most important conversations you ever had in your life. So I remember, I mean, I've talked to a lot of people. I met this guy who cheated on his wife, and that led obviously to a lot of difficult things for him. And they ended up talking through it, and she said, let's try again. You know, we're going to keep a closer eye on you. We're going to try to help out more, see if these deeper things that apparently you did not share with me, like, you know, life talking. But they're still married. At least they were last I heard. But what I'll say is that when you choose darkness rather than light, you choose to be a fool with your pain, you're going to hurt a lot of people. You're going to hurt a lot of people. And that's pain, that's stuff that you can't really undo. Like, you just need God's help. So it came to a point with this relationship I was in where I knew I couldn't reach out to her again. It had already been too much time. So I deleted her phone, and I just kind of was like, all right, let that go, even though we still had all these fresh feelings and whatever, how she's doing, blah, blah, blah. But you just kind of have to let that go and leave it to God, because I'm not going to be anybody's savior. I'm not going to be anybody's healer, good healer. Christ is the master. Christ is a teacher. If I can be a vessel for the healing and teaching and helping out and loving and stuff, fantastic. However, like, spending more time with me is not going to like it's going to make somebody's life healed. It's not going to make somebody's dream come true. It's not happen. They're going to have to put in the work. The relationship is going to need to, you're going to have to talk through it. And this obviously goes down talking to God too, because I mean, I had times where I was like, all right, God, we got to talk about this, because we need to talk about this relationship. We need to talk about my life. We need to talk about how I'm hurting. We need to talk about all these things. And, you know, that has led to writing a lot of poetry and a lot of beautiful things. I was willing to open up to him about these things because he is loyal. He is loyal in each of us. A dog, I would go dog for sure. I got scratched by a cat when I was like 4. That still is a memory I have. Like, if I see a cat that's like a specific color orange, it reminds me of my grandparents' cat on my dad's side that scratched me when I was like 4. It's like, ugh. So yeah. Dogs are cool. I just think they can be like really loud. Like my family has some dogs back home. So, but yeah. And the way I look at this streaming too, like this is not the end all be all. This is just like icing on the cake with everything else. And like the cake is more or less like my newsletter, books, especially podcasts and whatever. But yeah, just having better clarity, a better way to get these things in, better systems, better whatever. Like that is how we're going to make the most of everything that happens. So it's beautiful when you're able to feel these feelings. When you're having a difficult time, you're stressed out, you failed a class, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and you let yourself just feel, wow, I feel like an absolute piece of garbage right now, or whatever the feeling is. It's so beautiful when you let yourself feel that, because once you've felt that, well, then you can go anywhere from that point. You can go anywhere from that point. So, yeah. And not taking yourself so seriously. I still do that all the time. Getting better at it for sure. So, but yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. You learn, we live, we learn, we keep going. The one dude, is he running? I don't know if he's still running. Yeah. Eventually, like, people go inside, like the hooligans that were down there, or hooliganing. They weren't hooligans, they were hooliganing, doing whatever they wanted. Those people are gone. So at some point, you just have to leave the thing be. If it's a dumpster fire, sometimes you just have to leave the dumpster fire alone, because you're not going to be able to. It's like, if it's like such a forest fire, like you're going to need other help. Like if you set something on fire, like you're not going to be the one to put it out probably, because it's just going to spread and spread and spread. And that just goes along with like any kind of addiction or whatever it might be. I haven't had a sip of alcohol. I haven't had any drugs. I haven't had any cigarettes, anything. I haven't had a sip of coffee or anything like that. That's just something that I'm decided I wasn't going to do, and I haven't. It would have been great to have a similar pact with myself about pornography when I was here. Like, I'm never going to fall into this, but that's kind of tough because it's like literally everywhere. So like, and that's okay. Like you see stuff, there's been modestly and whatever. But it's just about what you do after that. So do you let your thoughts stay on that, or do you just like be like, you know what, we're just chilling, we're going back to here. So yeah. At the end of the day, we're all children of God that need to be loved. We need to be cherished. We need to be celebrated. I've had plenty of times in my life where I felt like it would have been great if I was celebrated a little bit more for the work ethic and stuff I was showing. But I've learned a lot about celebrating myself and just continuing to vibe and love the journey. Because life is really short. End of the day, like I said, I'm 28. Yeah, I'll be 29 in June. So, life can only get better from here if we're willing to learn from our mistakes and just with certain stuff, obviously, let's never do it again. Like, avoiding pornography, like, or not viewing pornography is, that's something that's manageable to never view again. Just like whatever the thing is, if it's whatever works well for you. Or alcohol or whatever it might be. And that's how lives get rebuilt and remade, is you let yourself start a whole new life. And I kind of gave myself that gift earlier today with feeding the oatmeal and just like, this is a new beginning. It's a new me. So that was awesome. My foot starting to fall asleep at night. Do I have that? No, I thought I had something on my shoulder, but I don't. Yeah. So the oatmeal stream was popping. The oatmeal stream was popping today. I mean, we had like 10 people watching. I think we had 13 likes in an hour. That was wild. So I probably need to do more oatmeal streams because that was fun. But yeah. Oh, there's my mom. It's like midnight for her. Love you, Dallin. Have a good night. Great to see and hear you. Oh, thanks so much, Mom. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a humbling day. It's been a great, humbling day. A lot of stuff. Did a lot of stuff today. Talked to a lot of people. Gave a lot of hugs. And yeah, just met a lot of people. it was good at the Salt Lake Marathon and all the other stuff that happened. It was awesome. Yeah, I love you, Mom. Have a great night. So, yeah, yeah, we just keep going. That's it. So, yeah, like literally woke up like 30, 40 minutes ago. So I'm glad that I've bounced back in this way. And it's cool. I've done my first live stream while being out and I'm out and about all the time. So like today alone, I was at the Salt Lake Marathon, and then after that I walked around a little bit around Salt Lake with a friend, and then I went to the Cafe Rio, and then I went to some other places, and I was gonna go to this breakdancing performance thing. It would have been so cool, but we dropped the ball. So I don't know if we'll still be going after I tell this story, but a story from my life as well that has helped me a great deal happened in a very short moment when I was serving as a 2-year missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So you go out and knock doors and talk to people about Jesus and stuff. I did that for years, and it was an amazing experience. And there's this one day where me and my missionary companion at the time, so you basically spend a lot of time together, like, and help each other out, you know, just like Paul and Silas or any of those epic missionary duos in the scriptures. So yeah, we were at church and we were super excited to give a report of our work for that day. The problem is we got into church an hour late. We got into this meeting an hour late. So when we got there, the meeting was already over. And so we didn't get to talk to anything about any of the stuff that we done. It probably is because I slept in. Probably. And yeah, I remember like talking to this one guy and be like, hey, we're so sorry. We had a great week. We got some great stuff done, but we dropped the ball, you know, blah, blah. And this dude said something I will literally never forget. And I've thought about it hundreds of times, and I've shared it with hundreds of people. And that's like because of that stuff. I don't think I've shared this one thing individually with hundreds of people, but maybe I have. He said, it's not about what happens. It's not about the fact that you drop the ball. It's about what you do when the bounces back up. So in my brain, imagined, you know, dropping a tennis ball or whatever, and it bounces. But when you drop a ball, it's going to bounce like at a decent level for the first bounce. So it's like you catch it on the first bounce. That's what you got to do. I really try to live that way when it comes to anything, any behavior for anything. It's just like, okay, well, you dropped the ball. Now we got to remit, and because this was not me. This was my weakness that I gave space for. This was past trauma that I let have power over this moment, take me away from the present. And yeah, so there we go. I dropped the ball today, and I picked it back up, you know. Texted both the people that I missed out on getting to see, the dude that I missed his hip-hop performance, and the other person who was going to come and pick me up, and came to my house, and nobody was there. So that does not excuse my behavior, and that does not make it magically better. You cannot undo stuff when you hurt people like this, when you mess with them like this. I don't want it to be seen as that way, but it is kind of what happened. I was very clear. They were like for sure knew that I was going to be there, and then I was not loyal to the royal that was in me. I acted more like a pauper than like a king, and so I missed out on getting to see him do this hip hop routine, missed out, you know, that friendship probably. You just have to accept it. Like if that was me in my speaking performance or something and somebody didn't show up, like I wouldn't really know what to think. Like it's just, there has to be some kind of communication if the friendship is going to continue, because that's such a breach in everything. Like for it to keep going, you gotta talk about it. That's super important. So yeah, so I don't really know what I'm going to talk about with God tonight on the mountain, but I know he wants from me, because he always wants to hear from any of us. We're his children, and Jesus Christ coming back to this earth. So we do need to be preparing for him. Like this parable of the 10 virgins, there was 5 that were wise and 5 that were foolish, and basically the 5 foolish ones, they just brought enough light for the next like night or something like that, and the light can be like your faith or whatever. So they didn't have very much oil. Whereas wise people had oil in their vessels, and then they had more oil left over just in case the bridegroom came that night. So, like I said, we don't know when Jesus is coming back. We do know he's coming back soon. You look at the Bible, you look at all the biblical prophecies, they are everywhere. All these things are happening. So it's going to happen, and I don't know when it will happen, of course, but it's going to happen. So we do need to be ready as if it's going to happen tomorrow. So, like, we can't afford to have any entertaining of bad habits or addictions or anything like that. And yeah, that's that. So life is too short. Life is too short. We just have to cherish each day as it slowly unfolds. So yeah, we were talking for 40 minutes. It's been good. Super chill stream in comparison to the other one. Was definitely banging. Like, it's crazy. It's like, it was basically like I was on a stage. That was crazy. But yeah, we just keep fighting. That's all we can do. I'm probably gonna start with me walking up this mountain. I'm probably gonna start with just walking, and then I'll get to running at some point. I'll get to the summit in the dark. I'll probably get to the summit around my time, which will be 2 a.m. my mom's time. But I'll have a story. So yeah, this is, of course, like with tomorrow being Sunday, obviously this was not how I would have drawn it up. However, this is like the best thing I can imagine to do to bounce back with the ball bouncing back up. Because let's see if I can get this fly. I got it. Yeah, there we go. See that? No, I think I dropped it. No. That's a fly. It was on my knee. We took down the fly. I thought the fly would actually put up a bite, but it didn't. Mosquitoes really love my blood. Apparently, I have really sweet blood. Got that from my dad. He's got really sweet blood too. So like mosquitoes like eat us alive. So I don't even know what that sound is. I don't know. With the ADHD, I'm sort of like going all over the place. And the chat is a little less lively today. But Titan got to do his deep sea diving. He's at 18 subs, so I gotta check out his channel for sure. One of these days. But yeah, I think this is probably a good place to finish up and start my call. So yeah, I am very, very humbled with how tonight fell into place. How I dropped the ball, didn't communicate at all, didn't say, hey, I'm really tired, hey, blah, 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 hey. Nope, just assumed I would be okay, assumed that I wouldn't sleep, even though I knew I was really, really, really tired. So it's not about the numbers, it's about the people, obviously. There's a quote from David O. McKay, and he just says that there's no success that can compensate for failure in the home. Zero. If I made like $10 million or whatever, which sounds crazy, but say I did, but it came at the expense of losing my family, that would obviously be super, super rad. I could not imagine that. I'd rather make like barely any money and still be around. So my dad is loyal to his family, he's loyal to my mom, and doesn't make like a crazy amount of money. However, he is at home every night, and he showed me what is most important in life, and it's not money, and it's not likes, it's not subscribers, it's not anything like that. So I'm grateful for his example. Obviously, with ADHD, I'm a little more thrill-seeking, so and adrenaline low and stuff, but like it's me. I've learned to really care for myself more and recognize that God cares for me and he's looking out for me. I mean, today Like, I literally got picked up by a friend walking around. He saw me and he recognized me from basketball. So that was humbling. So, what the world? It's Tinkerbell. How are you, Tinkerbell? It's great seeing you again. She's everybody. She's back. That is great. It's great to see you. Yeah. Today has been a little humbling. We learned anew about communication. The three things, right, that God is teaching me the most right now. He's teaching me constraint, calmness, restraint, and communication. So calmness, to be able to cultivate that chill vibe and vision and space, even when things don't go super great, just trusting that things will still work out how they work out. Restraint, to be able to hold yourself back. Like, if you really want to talk to somebody and you know you're not supposed to talk to them or whatever, or whatever it might be, just to be able to, like if you just met somebody, like, you're not going to kiss on the lips. You're just not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. Even if it's like, you're just not going to do that. At least I do that. There's some people who are crazy and that do that. That's like in a relationship. Like, that's like, for me, if a girl, that's something that's not going to happen like later down the road when I really trust the person and rely on the person and care about the person stuff. You don't just do that willy-nilly. You just don't. So yeah, just holding that back, even if that's something you want, you work towards that. You be patient, you don't force anything. So that's the restraining. And then communication, which we learned about tonight, which with what happened in Tinkerbell today, I was going to go to this hip hop performance from this friend and it was going to be great. And then I ended up taking a nap, falling asleep, and sleeping through the friend who was picking me up to give me a ride, and also the person's entire performance there. They were in the first couple acts, so I missed it completely. I already texted them to say, like, I'm sorry and everything else. And then, of course, I had all these feelings, and I realized I'm not sleeping tonight. If I do, it will probably be really, really late at night. So, yeah, we're trying to make the most of it. So I dropped the ball, but it's all about what you do when the ball bounces back up. So just kind of seizing the ball. I've never done a live stream on my phone just out and about like this. So this is fun. I mean, I'm always traveling and moving around and meeting people. There will be more of these. It was fun. Now that we've done one, I've always been kind of on the fence about that. It's like, oh no, it's gonna break, whatever. But I have the data on my phone and it works well enough, and that's a gift. That's a gift. It's a real gift. Yeah, there's a mountain over there. You can't see it. It's super dark. But yeah, so I'm going to go climb a mountain tonight, get to the summit. I've had times where I got close, but I've never gone to the summit before. And I'm just going to be talking to God all along the way. Talk about how I'm feeling. Because I love God. I know He loves me. He wants me to rise up to my potential and not sleep on my potential, dude. Because that's what I literally did. I literally did that tonight. I slept on my potential. Instead of resting in His victory, I tried to just get my own rest. And it says in Matthew 11:20-30, like, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It's easy. It's easy for Him. It's literally so easy for Him. So it's like you just literally show up. He can put people in your path like crazy. I've already said this before. I've already seen it multiple times this week. Rides I don't even know about. There's been 2 times this week where I've just been kind of walking around and God just put somebody in my path to give me a ride somewhere. Like, and those are both people, they've known me. I've met them before. So that's a gift. Like, this week has been bonkers crazy, and it's been a gift. I've been really showing up. It's been good. You're Muslim. That's awesome. That's beautiful, Tinkerbell. Yeah. Very, very devout in your faith, and that is how we need to be. Yeah, I can't let the haters get in my head, though. No, because eventually they're all going to die, just like I'm going to die. So there's no reason to get upset about that. There's a verse in Matthew, I believe. It's like, why afraid of man that's going to become like grass? We're all going to become like grass, like, Why would you be upset? Why would you stress about this? Why would you worry about that job that fell through? Why would you worry about that relationship that fell through? Why would you stress about any of this stuff? It's all, and like, I believe that, life can go on after this, choosing Jesus and such. However, like, as far as this mortal experience, like, this is it. Like, we got to choose what we'll do. What we do in the present moment affects how well our future is going to be. Like, me making some mistakes of not communicating and stuff in my first relationship literally led to a lot of pain and a lot of things I had to face. Like, hey, like, in some ways, I don't think I'm lovable, right? Because of certain things that I did or felt or stuff from childhood or whatever. And it's like, no, it's like, you got to just keep going and live life. Like, you are lovable. You are enough. You are cherished. And someday, like, God can put somebody in your life to help you wreck that. But you also have to give that gift to yourself. So, like, Dallin loves running. Dallin loves basketball. Dallin loves talking to people. So, like, today has been a talking to people. And I haven't done any running today, but I'm about to run up this mountain whenever I'm done with this. I don't have Snapchat. No, for me, so having a photographic memory can be a little problematic. I don't want to see any, like, there's a lot of crazy girls, harlots on a screen or whatever out there that I don't, So I don't have Snapchat. I do have Instagram. So you can just find my name, type in Candland, you'll find me on there. And that's how that's the same thing for like my YouTube channel and stuff too. Although my Instagram is Dallin's Yield, it's DALLINSYIELD. I need to get better at posting on there. This is where I'm most active right now. But yeah, I'm trying to get better. I've posted a ton on Instagram. I have like 940 followers, which is crazy. It's like, I've been doing this for how long? And there's people that do this for weeks. They get like 20,000 followers, and it's like so easy to like base your worth on that. No, God can snap his fingers and that can change in an instant. And I have stories for this. I have a friend that had like 50 subscribers on his YouTube channel. And I remember watching this video of him, Alex Sauce, you can check him out. He did a video about like calories and doubling calories, and ended up getting a lot of views. But yeah, he like came out with this video. I was like, this video is actually really good. And I told him that. And it had like maybe 50 views. And then the algorithm, for some reason, was like, we're just going to serve this to more people. And all of a sudden, it starts stacking and gets 100 subscribers in a day. That video gets like 5,000 views in a day. And now his channel is over 30,000 subscribers, But it's because he just kept showing up, kept doing his thing, kept putting himself out there, not dumbing down himself. He put himself out there. He's like, this is the best that I do. This is my editing. This is my everything. And he just put it out there. And even though it got like, 10, 100, like 100 views at first, or very few views, that one video is over 1 million views now. And it still gets views. That's the beautiful thing about life. Because we're social creatures. And so we want to have that familiarity. So like, there's people like, I do it. I'll go back to like this church video that was like from a while ago that like I really felt God's love from that. Like, that's great. I have some videos from the gaming YouTube channel days from, childhood or like high school and stuff that still get views. I don't make any money from it because channel wasn't big enough. But this channel is actually just past that channel in terms of subscribers today, which has been a long journey, of course. A lot of growing in here, a lot of healing in here. You got to be able to heal in here before you can have your life change like on the outward stuff. You got to believe in yourself, and you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be okay with celebrating yourself. So, and we have Mel here. Again, welcome Mel. She was here for the oatmeal. Now she's here for the spotlight. We're under the spotlight tonight. Yep. Started my day watching your stream, and I didn't go watching your stream. That's funny. Yeah, I learned a lot to better communicate because I missed hip-hop performance thing I was going to go to. I was really excited for it, and yeah, dropped the ball. So I slept in, so when the guy came to pick me up, I was out. When I'm out, I'm out. I'm like super out. I've slept through storms before, slept through all kinds of things before, and yeah. I think it's like a hurricane once at some point, or this giant thunderstorm back in Maryland where that's where I spent like first 10 years of life. And yeah, like I like woke up and I was like, what happened? Like, where's this crazy thunderstorm and the lights were out? So I don't know, it makes me think about Christ. Like when I think it's in Mark 4, like there was that big storm and the disciples like flipping out. They're like so scared, like we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. And then Peter, I think, is like goes and like wakes up Christ. He's like, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And Jesus like gets up and he just, gives his arm and he's like, peace be still. And the wind ceased and that was it. And then Peter's like, what manner of man is this that even the wind and the seas obey him? Well, it was the Christ, it was the Redeemer. So at least that's how I look to Christ. I see him as that miracle worker, a friend, master healer, advocate. Advocate's a big one. Advocate person, it's just like the guy that like, had the big debt and then he wasn't able to pay for the debt. The advocate is like, I'm going to vouch for you. I'm going to talk for you. I know that you drew the ball. Like there was that dude, and I think it's Matthew 18, where he literally dropped the ball and he had this big debt and he wasn't able to pay it. It's like, well, we agreed that if you didn't pay for the debt, if you weren't able to pay, bro, I was going to take your wife, I'll take your kids, and you were going to go to jail. That's what we agreed on. And so the dude's like, bro, be patient with me. I'm going to pay you everything. Of course, he couldn't. He had no ability to. And then the dude was like, he had compassion on him. And he's like, let's forgive him the debt. Let's let him have his wife and kids back. Even though he had money, he's got no money. Let's let him keep his house. Let's let him still live here. Let's let him still exist. Let's let him still live his best life. Even though, with not paying his debt, we could throw him in prison, like literally just completely change his life. And the most tragic part of the story, of course, is that the same guy who'd been forgiven giant debt goes around and meets this dude who owed him like 100 pence, which apparently wasn't very much. Yeah, well versed. And thank you. Yeah. I'll be here. I won't be here all night, but I'll be here for a little bit longer. Just going to keep going as long as, need to go. But basically, yeah, there was that guy who 100 pence, and he's just like, pay me what thou owest. He grabbed him by the neck. He grabbed my homie by the neck. Was like, hey, pay me what thou owest. And they said the same thing that he just said to the king. Hey, be patient with me, and I will pay you everything. And 100 pence obviously isn't as much as the 10,000 talents that the other guy needed to pay. And he was not feeling that. He'd just been forgiven this amazing big debt. And then he like has his fellow servant that he throws in prison. And of course, king finds out and he's like, all right, well, I forgive you this giant debt, and you still were a complete, numbskull to this other guy. So you're going to lose your kids, and you're going to go to jail, and you're going to be in prison, and you're not coming out. So, yeah. So we don't mess around. Being married is a gift from God. Marriage is a gift from God. There's a lot of people that pollute their marriage by just, certain behaviors like drugs and cheating or whatever, get into it. But yeah, you get your reward. It's like, verily I say unto you, they have their reward. You have your reward. You can do whatever you want right now, of course, but you will have consequences. So I chose to take a nap, and that led to me missing this performance, which led to me also doing this. Like what probably would have happened, going to the hip hop would have been super awesome, super great vibe. And then we probably would have gone out to eat somewhere. It would have been a vibe. So that was a phone call. I don't know what happens when I take a phone call, if it just dies or you just are like, it's like, stand by, Dallin will be right back. One of my friends wanted to check in on me. So shout out to him, one of my other friends. I have a lot of really wonderful friends. I'm gifted and blessed. He's gonna be on the live stream today. So I gotta send him a link. On the live stream today. So I gotta send him a link. Send him a link. I'm gonna send this real. So we're back. I sent the link to my friend. So we'll see if he shows up. He said he's about to do some laundry. So, yeah, we might see him soon. But yeah, you know, I'm just learning a lot because I was in the middle of this live stream, right? And this friend, I really do care a lot about this friend. And there's a part of me that wanted to be like, I'll get back to him later, blah, blah, blah. But we just took the call. It took like 30 seconds and he said he's having a great day. I'm like, dude, I love that you're having a great day. My day's been great. It's also been a very humbling learning day. A humbling learning day. So, I don't know. I'm really just trying to let myself get carried by God, letting him do what he wants to do, letting him have his way. Let him have his way with me. Resting in his victory. Full for the wind. I mean, I could walk over there to that pavilion over there. I might just do that. I'm going to do that. We're just chilling, walking around the shorts. So, yeah, there's the spotlight. Dallin Candland is coming onto the stage. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So, obviously, it's dark. Like, a lot of people are going to bed. I'm obviously not. Like, I'm going to be climbing up a mountain pretty soon. So, but do not be alarmed. I am here. I exist. I am still here. So, there you go. I love John 8:12. It says, I'm the light and the life of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So, Christ is amazing. Christ is amazing. He knows what we need. So, yeah, I don't know if you can see the mountain. Can you see it? Probably not. I'm walking around. There's houses. There's a lot of stuff. I'm just so blessed. What am I supposed to do? I'm like so blessed. It's crazy how blessed I am and how much love I feel. Like it'd be great to be in a relationship again. But again, I'm just also just chilling. I'm just chilling so hard with the Lord. I'm just in his pavilion. That's where we are. So it's actually, no, I think the spotlight was brighter, but it was good to walk around a little bit. So yeah, now we're here, chilling. So I don't know if we'll see my friends soon. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a really long night because I'm like so awake. Even after doing this over hour long stream, I'm still very awake. So God is looking out for me for sure. It's a gift. God will show up for you again and again. I think we can go over to that pavilion. That's a little farther away. Yeah, it's just like God just shows up. It's just like so crazy how he shows up. And when it's him, you know it's him. You're like, okay, this is like too crazy for this to all be so real. Oh, I realize my bars are going down. Nah, we'll do the rest of it from this pavilion. Because this pavilion is still like, it's not quite out the mountain. And we want to make sure we have good quality for the rest of our time. But I can walk around wherever. It's like, this place is amazing. I'm really blessed to live here. I'm so blessed to live here. I'm just really thankful to live here and that it's worked out and I'm able to live here and survive and that God is just taking care of it. He's got it all figured out. Like, that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, we're just chilling. I met a dude at the marathon today. Super cool. His name was Izzy. And he told me that I need to run in the marathon next year because I have really long legs. Like I'm I'm 6'5". So yeah, I'm gonna probably put this head up. It's starting to get a little colder. But yeah, it's like he's like, you got to run this next year. And I was like, I got you. So it's gonna take some training, obviously. One of the dudes that he ran a 2:35 marathon. He got in. So it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing run. 6'5" is crazy, yeah. So the funny story with that is I was like 5'5" or 5'6" in 7th or 8th grade. I prayed to God. It was like, hey, if you make me taller, I will use that gift to lift up people and stuff. So after doing track in high school a little bit, I started getting taller. And then I think maybe like at freshman year of high school, grew a little bit. And then I was probably like 5'8", 5'9", sophomore year. And then getting into track and stuff, getting these legs to do what they were born to do, which is run and like do good, and bless lives. I ended up started growing a little bit, getting better sleep. I mean, when you become like a really elite runner, like you just have improved like everything in your life. Like I've been kind of slacking. I've been eating a lot of ice cream and other stuff because I get spoiled a lot, and but so yeah, it's yeah. Then I just got taller. I mean, over that summer, I think I grew 4 inches over that summer, and then junior year I was 6 foot. So, and then senior year, I think I was around 6'2", and then I grew 2 inches in my first 6 months of being on my 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So that put me at 6'4", and then last part, I'm actually 6'5.5", but the last 1.5 inches was from college and stuff onward. And my joke is that if I'd slept more in high school, like hadn't done the gaming YouTube channel and stuff, I might have been 6'6", like Michael Jordan. Jordan is 6'6", but I'm 6'5.5". So, yeah, almost as tall as Michael Jordan. That's pretty wild. Michael Jordan was literally like basically the greatest basketball player of all time. I've studied his game a lot. Yeah, basically as tall as him, just a little bit shorter. I mean, he'd like I actually watched this video of him earlier this week. He's like doing these crazy dunks and all the other stuff. So, yeah, I mean, and he also had this like really big like hands, so he could like the ball like just like that, and it's just like crazy. Goat for sure. So that's just how I see it. Obviously, everybody has their own opinion. I'll just put Michael Jordan as the GOAT because, like, yeah, pretty wild. So, yeah, we all just have different paths. Like for him, he didn't make the basketball team his sophomore year of high school, just like me. And he ended up obviously doing super amazing, shortly after that, playing for the University of Carolina and stuff like that. I wanted to play basketball at a small school in North Carolina, but that did not work out. I ended up going to school at Brigham Young University, Idaho, which is where God needed me. So, yeah. So we're just going along and cherishing the journey. So I am going to be climbing up this mountain in the dark. And there probably will be some cougars and some wild animals and whatever. I don't care. I need to run. I need to get all this out of my system. The seems foolish, but like literally, I'm not even kidding. I dropped the ball so badly. Yeah, cougars like those lions. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be okay though. I mean, it's like a 2-hour run up there. So I just have too much energy. And I don't know. This is where some of the more hurt parts of me just kind of show themselves. Sometimes I want to just run away when I make a mistake like this or something. But yeah, I don't really see how else I'm going to sleep tonight. If I even do sleep, I don't even know if I'll sleep. You don't get to choose the consequences of your actions. So like I said, I missed a friend's piano or hip hop performance thing, and yeah, no, I'll be protected for sure. So. Yeah, I mean, if things really did get super iffy, I do have some people I could call, but yeah, I mean, it'll take me probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours to climb up there and come back down. So, but yeah, I just have all this energy, which is why I did, but there's just a lot of things going on that I don't tell anybody about. That would be nice to talk to somebody about, but yeah, just not time for that. But yeah, it's a nice wind, but like my brain is awake like it's like, I don't know, 4 p.m. because taking that nap literally like put me back like number of hours. Like I go to church and stuff tonight. I don't really know if that I don't know if that's gonna happen tomorrow. No, it's just life. We just have to keep going and live life, be the best that we can be. So we started with eating oatmeal. Today we're eating right now we're eating humble pie. Eating humble pie, eating it up. Super exhausted, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of the exact opposite because I took a nap at like 4 or 5 p.m. So that was foolish, but it brought us here. So I'm grateful that things have worked out. So, but yeah, it's like when you aren't taking care of your health, you're not taking care of your sleep, you're not taking care of your heart and stuff. Like it just makes it really difficult to live a beautiful, great. And there's been times where I did not really listen to my heart and soul and miss out on stuff. And you hurt hearts, you hurt people's hearts. So the first time I can remember where I said I was going to be somewhere, and then when the person came to pick me up, I had sin, was in college. I had this friend, notice I say had, because I'm pretty, like, I don't know, like if I saw him, I think it'd be okay, because like just the friendship was forever different after that, basically. There's this big dinner thing that we were going to go to, and I told him about it. He was going to go, he was going to bring this big dish. I was excited to have some of the dish. And then I literally, like I said, like was tired of college and stuff and slept in. I woke up to him calling me, and he's like, where were you? Where are you? And yeah, I dropped the ball. All I could say was, I'm really sorry, man. Yeah, just dropped the ball. And he ended up graduating the same day as me. So like, but you just, when you breach the friendship or the relationship or whatever, like it's just never going to be the same. Like it can become better than it was before, I believe, but you just have to really communicate that. And you just can't go back. That's the thing. Because once that communication, that conversation can begin a new life for you and the other person. But yeah, that's it. Like I'm not married, I'm single. It's the last Pringle in the stack. But someday I will be in a relationship again. And when that does happen, there will be times where I drop the ball, and I'm learning a lot of things right now. So I don't do what happened tonight and like say I'm going to go on a date or with them at something and then totally miss it. That would be obviously super, super, super bad. So yeah, it's like you miss out. So every single time I've fallen into viewing pornography again, I've always missed out on some blessing. Every single time any of these things where I just fell off, I've missed out. And we just don't know. We don't know what blessings might be right around the corner. We can't afford to have our heads down. It's just like if you just went up to bat, right, and it's baseball, and you're swinging at some pitches that are way outside of your strike zones. You're trying to swing all the way out here instead of like a pitch that's actually in the zone that you could like really get a good hit on and get a home run on, and you strike out. You might have your head down, like, man, I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And then like it might be right after that you get a pitch that's out. So you can't afford to keep your head down and be like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's humbling. I thought we would have seen my other friend by now. I'm kind of waiting for him. But it's okay if he doesn't show up, because we were just talking about this, saying you're going to be somewhere and then you're not there. So there's actually a parable that Christ told with these two sons, and they're in the vineyard, and the dad talks to the one son. It's like, hey son, I really need your help in the vineyard. Like, can you come and help me out? And he's like, yeah, Dad, I'll be there. I'll be there right there. I promise. He's like, okay. And then he goes to this other son, and he tells him the same thing. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. Well, the first son says, I'm not gonna be there. Like, that's a waste of time. Not gonna be there. It's a waste of time. And the other son says, oh, I'll totally be there. I'll totally be there. Don't worry. So then the son who said he wasn't gonna be there actually is there,
and he shows up and it works out. And then the son that said he would be there was not there. So it's better to be the son that is kind of rebellious and disobedient and says like, I'm not going to do that. And then later you do it, than to be the guy who's like, oh, totally, I'll do that. And then you totally just drop the ball. At least that's how I understand the parable. So I don't know. We're just in limbo right now. I'm kind of waiting for my friend. Also kind of waiting if we can break the live streaming record. The all-time live streaming record goes to Dallin Candland for streaming 250,000 hours in a row. No, I'm just kidding. My poor phone cannot handle that. But this has been fun. It's been fun. I enjoy this. This is a good time. It's good to put myself out there like this. So it's good to be more of an advocate for myself and to also pass the light on myself and just kind of help myself keep growing. Because like it's just like what we talked about at breakfast with the oatmeal. It's like you can't afford to underestimate yourself, and you can't afford to disqualify yourself. So you just have to like shoot really high and be kind. So been craving oatmeal. That's awesome. Yeah. Oatmeals are really good. I mean, I think the beautiful thing of oatmeal is that you can really pizzazz up the oatmeal. You don't have any oatmeal, just bean powder. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, growing up, my dad would make oatmeal all the time, and I wasn't like a super big fan of it, but then I've sort of like warmed up to it over time. Because like you can put butter in it, you can put craisins in it, you can put milk in it, like do whatever you want with oatmeal. Obviously, just like plain old boring oatmeal is like, bleh, it's like not great, but peanut butter and brown sugar in oatmeal. See, Oren knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Well, I hope you get some oatmeal soon, Mel. That sounds like a craving that needs to be satisfied for sure. For sure. Yeah. My mom actually has this recipe that she told me to make when I was in college, and it's called a cookie in a bowl. And you just get a thing of peanut butter in the bowl. And this thing, you don't need milk. You just put it in the bowl, and then you put in some oatmeal, and then you put in some chocolate chips, and you just mix it all up, and then it's cookie in a bowl. It's actually a pretty decent like post-workout snack or something like that. I like making it. It just reminds me of my mom too, so it's good. I cannot believe my other friend's not on here yet, but it's okay. We're alive. God is good. I'm way too awake right now. I'm like actually so ridiculously awake, but it's fun. I mean, Mel was on earlier, Tinkerbell was on earlier, and Titan. You guys are all like legends. Seriously, you guys are all on the oatmeal stream, and now you're in the spotlight stream still too. It's funny. It's so great. So I'm very, very blessed. Very, very blessed. I don't know. I won't climb the mountain tonight. It is pretty dark out. I don't know. And I don't want to get eaten up by any cougars or lions or anything. There's no lions here, but I don't want like cougars. There are cougars here. It'd be better to climb the mountain when other people are climbing the mountain. So this is where we let the healed good feelings come through, of just like, I don't know how we're going to do this, God, but I'm not going to run away from my feelings. So what if you get all the way to the top and you're really tired and you go all the way back down? Yeah, these are the kind of cougars, like the basically lions that will just like, yeah, the four-legged kind. Yeah. Yeah, if I got to the top and I was really tired and I had to go all the way back down, that would be kind of rough. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying I'm starting to consider. It's just, I just really don't want to do that because I'm really like, I don't know. Can't hear him or see him coming. Yes, that's a good point. I might climb up like a little bit of the way and then come back down. Because I don't want to, because I want to do 10,000 steps every day. So that's why I'll probably just walk around a little bit. I was on a 12-day streak of doing 10,000 steps every day, and then I fell off. my best streak of 10,000 steps every day, 43. Honestly, I feel like 10,000 steps is like really not that much for me because I'm always going around and talking to people. That's a hiccup. But yeah, I'll probably climb up part of the mountain and then climb back down, and then I'll just do I'll just get to the summit one of these days when like everybody else is going to the summit, so I can just be part of the group. The crazy thing about this mountain, though, just like any mountain, just like in Pokemon or anything like that, like Mount Silver in Pokemon Gold, like it's just normal, it's just the cave. But then when you climb up high enough, you see snow. So at least that's how the remake Heart Gold and Soul Silver portrays it, which is cool. The same thing with this mountain. Like once you get high enough on the mountain, then you'll see snow. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not quite sure. Last time my steps, I was at like 8,000. So I'm really close. My one friend, I don't think he's going to hop on the stream. So that's okay. We still love him, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Starting to get a little chilly. So, but yeah, I mean, that's it. I feel a lot better than I felt 83 minutes ago. That's great. Getting to talk some of this stuff out. Talked communication. Talked about dropping the ball. Talked about trusting God. Was talking about mountain. I think the mountain can be metaphorical too. So, but I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. I'm at least going to climb the mountain a little bit. I'm not going to miss out on that. I came all this way. So, probably won't climb all the way to the top. So, but yeah. God is faithful. God is good. God is full. God is understanding. He knew this was going to happen. This is not a surprise to him. This was not a surprise. He knew I was going to sleep and miss this. And I was going to feel super bad. And I was like, And I was going to go on this walk. And I was going to do my first live stream. It was going to be a vibe. Not quite the same vibe as the oatmeal, but still a vibe. That Tinkerbell was going to show up. And Mel was going to show up. And Titan was going to show up. He knew this was going to happen. He knew that the whole 2020... all that stuff was going to happen. He knew all that was going to happen. I didn't catch him by surprise, like, well, what's going on down there? No, he literally knew all this was going to happen. So 2020 was a special time. There's a lot of people that they recognized it as what it was. So it's like, this is a chance to, do whatever you want. Like, if you want to, like, there's a lot of people that, like, weren't able to go to work. So they all of a sudden could just work on their passion project or whatever they wanted to do. Like, there's so many guys that were changed from it. Obviously, I think it did more good than harm, but it also did do a lot of harm. There's a lot of people that don't go outside very much anymore. They're really scared of people. There's some people I talked to at the marathon that just like really kind of jaded people. Like they didn't want to talk to me like at all. Like they're just like thinking I don't know, like a weirdo or something. I mean, I get it. I'm a stranger, but like, I don't know. It is what it is. Keep having to remind myself to put faith in God and not man. Yep. Directions on my oatmeal say to put salt in it. Oh, you're making it right now. That's epic. Yeah, salt is a great thing to put in. For sure. Salt helps the oatmeal. I'm not an oatmeal master or a scientist, but Davika, I hope you are well. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing good. But yeah. Yep, you're going to need some salt in that oatmeal. We got to put our trust in God and not man, for sure. Been learning that a lot. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely stay until you get to taste your oatmeal and stuff, Mel, because yeah, definitely. I could start walking back. I don't really want to walk back. We'll just kind of hang out here for now. We're just kind of hanging out. I was going to go climb this mountain. It's like all the way up there. But I'm kind of reconsidering. I missed out on going to this friend's hip hop performance today, which was super frustrating. I slept in
One of my friends was going to take me to it, and I dropped the ball. So I felt a lot of these uncomfortable, frustrating, shame emotions. And to get all that out, I was going to go run this mountain that's behind me. But yeah, I wanted to do a little live stream because I said I was going to do a live stream today, or I said it was a maybe. But I know, isn't that funny? It's super funny. Dropped the ball. I said I was going to be there. I was like super on point to be there. And then literally when the guy came to pick me up, I was super, 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 super out. And when I'm out, I'm out. I can sleep basically anything. I can also sleep basically anywhere. So I have to be more intentional about this. So I don't drop the ball like that. Because it's not the first time this has happened. And I've talked about that throughout the stream, how you have to be able to communicate this kind of stuff. I think there's a chance that could happen to communicate that. Because people can't read your brain. So, and people are very forgiving generally. But once the same thing happens enough times, like, you just have to move on and be like, hey, like, this person did me wrong. So, like, yeah. So, that's it. Yeah. And then during the stream, I had a friend call, and he's like, hey, like, I'm going to be on the stream. And he called me, and I was like, okay, I'll my phone talk with him, even though I'm on a stream. I don't know what happened during the stream, what happened, but it had to pause apparently or something. And it was a really short conversation, but I just told him I was live streaming right now, and he's like, cool, I'll jump on. And I sent it to him, texted to him, and he said he was gonna hop on, and then he's not here. So it's all good though. We're chilling. But part of me wants to stay on until he gets on, if he wants to get on, because it would be kind of a bummer if he tried to get on and I wasn't live. So staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Yeah, it's like, that's something I have control over. So it really comes down to like choosing and responding rather than reacting, because reacting is super easy to do. Responding is much more difficult. And then Mel is making oatmeal, so I also kind of wanted to stick around because she said she was craving oatmeal. Because I did an oatmeal stream earlier today. We'll probably will do another oatmeal stream because that was the vibe. Probably not tomorrow because it's Sunday. Maybe like Monday. We could do like a whole week of oatmeal streams. Could you imagine? That'd be crazy. Well, at least I'm going to be moving out. Actually, no. I'm moving out on Monday. So we could do another oatmeal stream on Monday. But then I'm actually moving on Monday. So I'll be in my new place. So life happens. Life happens fast. You got to cherish this time, this moment, because it's going to fly by really quickly. I mean, I've been living in for 6 months now. So God's been teaching me a lot of things. Ooh, shivering. The shivers. It's a little cold. And it'd be way colder if I climbed up that mountain. I'm going to climb that mountain at some point. Climb up the whole thing. Today, probably not. Probably not. Because, yeah, it's kind of chilly. And like, if you want to have success, it helps to do so in the right conditions. So like, it's like 11 p.m. If there's gonna be a cougar or something that would come after me or something, like tonight at 11 p.m. would be a good time. What if your friend fell asleep like you did earlier today? You gotta get your self-preservation is the first law of nature. Yeah, if he fell asleep like I did, then yeah, that would obviously it'd be okay. It'd be neutral. It'd be super neutral. Yeah. So, yeah, I appreciate the perspective. I do got to take care of myself for sure. I got to get better at that. Sometimes I just try to take other people's loads and carry their load, which I'm not supposed to do. I'm not going to be anybody's savior. I'm just me. Just Dallin, Candland. So, just got to myself. So yeah, that's what we gotta do. I agree. I gotta get my rest, even if this looks like going home, super boring, and not climbing the mountain, and just praying and praying and praying and talking to God about all this stuff and trying to get it all out, and then eventually falling asleep. Like, the earliest I could see myself going is would be like 2 or 3 in the morning because I'm so awake. So, yeah, but I appreciate it. Yeah. That is a question. Butter and oatmeal while it's cooking or after it's done? I think I do before. Yeah, I think I do before. Yeah, because like when it's like rotating around like the microwave ring thing, then you can potentially have it reach other oatmeal. That's usually what I do. Because then it gets the whole butter gets the whole experience of being in the microwave too. That's just usually what I do. Yeah. I've been holding the phone this entire time. So we're very capable. That guy's climbing the mountain with his motorcycle, apparently. So that's cool. Yeah, life is precious. I mean, I can't tell you how many times where somebody has like come into my life to like be there or encourage me. I mean, I met somebody at the Salt Lake Marathon that felt like it was an angelic encounter. Like it says in Hebrews 12 or Hebrews 11, I think. Like, don't forget to entertain strangers. For many have, don't forget to talk to strangers. For many have entertained angels unaware. So, that's not saying talk to every person. It's just saying like don't be so quick to live your life that you forget that there are people around you that you can make a difference for, and you can be an angel for them because of who you are and how you've lived your life. So, yeah, life is good. Life is a blessing. No reason for any kind of stressing. We're just chilling and grateful. Grateful to be alive, and it's got to keep going. I'm probably gonna start walking back. This is the answer. This is what I do not want to. Because obviously I want to run as fast as I can and just run all my worries and cares away. But my life is mine, but at the same time, like, God has things he wants me to do. So I have to trust him. His will, not mine, be done, which is hard. But that's it. I don't think it's a coincidence that I met Mel and Titan and all these other people this morning in this stream. And I said I was maybe going to stream later today. And I dropped the ball. And then it seems like it's just really hard to have all these feelings. Really hard to have all these feelings. We can't change anything. We just have to keep going. That's tough. It's tough to do. Running up this hill. All right, that's basically the running we're gonna get in today. Yeah, we just got to keep on going, live life, cherish life. There's that quote that says like, if you love life, love time, for that is what life is made of. So I do love life, so I gotta love time. Climbing the mountain would have been great today. Obviously that's not happening tonight. Was going to do it. I'll do it one of these days and I'll let you know. God will make sure you need to be exactly where you need to be. Yep. He knows me. He knows where I am. He knows how I respond. He knows all of my triggers and pains and worries and everything. So he knows everything about me. And he still chooses me every day, just like he chooses all of us every day. We just have to be about choosing him. So, I don't know. It's tough, though. It's tough to have all this pain and just to give it all to him. Give it all to him.
super, super tough, but I will be grateful. I mean, one thing's for sure, if I go to bed, I will wake up tomorrow. Whereas if look, we have a plastic bag. Look. It's drifting through the wind, wanting to start again. Like firework. You see it? It's drifting. Firework's one of my favorite songs from Katy Perry. Like, probably actually my only favorite song from Katy Perry, but yeah, it's so funny. So you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards and blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep 6 feet under screams and no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you because there's a spark in you? You just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Well, we're just sitting on the road with the plastic bag. It stopped moving. What are you doing, plastic bag? Move! We need some wind. Do you know that there's still a chance for you? Because there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, as you shoot them across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, Gonna leave them all in We're just gonna follow this plastic bag. How's the second verse go? Oh, I'm trying to remember. You ever feel like, don't touch the plastic bag, that's mine. The car did not kill the plastic bag. We're following it. It's still going. Oatmeal is done. I made it. Was chocolate premier protein shake instead of milk. I didn't measure anything. 8 out of 10. Okay, that's good. We'll take 8 out of 10. That's great. Trying to remember. It starts with let it shine all night, 4th of July. Do you ever feel like I'm trying to remember how it goes. This thing's literally taking me home. It's going in the direction of my house. Like literally this plastic bag all the way over there and it's blowing towards my house. This is actually hilarious. Yeah, you're original, not a waste of space. Your original, not a waste of space. Your original cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe the reason why all the doors are closed are so you could open one due to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow. When it's time, you just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Just hold the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, Leave them out, Baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you work. Make them go, Gonna leave them all in, Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you. And now it's time to let it through. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, as you shoot up across the sky. Hi, baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go,
you're gonna leave them all in. Boom, 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 even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Boom, 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 even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. So we have plastic bag. Went from all the way up there. It's brought me back to my house. Yeah, I think this is a good place to end up, I guess. Or I guess I could carry the plastic bag with me. What kind of plastic bag is this? This is a savings celebrating bag. And it's from some store. Okay. So now we are carrying plastic bag with me. So this is fun. We're just carrying this home. Obviously probably not going to keep the plastic bag because it's a plastic bag. But yeah. I'm just kind of mind blown because I was totally about to climb this mountain and then helped me reconsider Mel. And then, then I found this plastic bag and I started singing Firework, and that's life. It's been a crazy day. God needs me to do something tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but he needs me to sleep tonight. I need to rest in his victory and give myself some grace, because it was not my intention to sleep and miss the performance of my friend. That was not my intention. It is what happened. God sees weakness differently than he sees rebellion, so it's okay. I'm just walking around holding the plastic bag in my hand. Yep. Basically, there you go. We're just chilling. God is good. God is faithful. He knows my pain perfectly, and he knows everything. So he's able to make things work out in a great, beautiful way. So yeah, we're just walking back home. So I'm going to end the stream before I get home, because I don't want, just out of respect to the older couple I'm living with, because yeah. Yep. But I don't know. I'm grateful. God is faithful. He's mind-blowing with his goodness and his timing. His timing is crazy. His timing is so crazy. So faithful. So faithful. Thank you. Yeah. God is good. He's moving in my life, and I'm learning to give myself more grace and trust him. I appreciate your help, Mel, and I hope you enjoyed the oatmeal. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. So we got a street light up here where I'll get a decent amount of light. So, but that's the thing, there's always risks. There's risks with every decision. I remember when I was back in college and I was at this one place. It was a hike of some kind. And at one point I was really wanting to get really close to this ledge. But I kind of was yeah, that would be cool and it would be a thrill. But what if I get to that ledge and I don't know, it was just such a, it was a ledge in the middle of nowhere. Well, not in the middle of nowhere, but it's just kind of on its own. So we got my plastic bag. That is the trophy from today. Yeah, I stepped back from the ledge. I did not. I was there was some of my other friends that were doing it, but it's if all your friends went over to a ledge, would you do the same? I just knew my brain was going to be flipping out if I got over to that ledge. So I decided right then and there to not get on that ledge. And I'm glad I did, because I lived to tell the tale and everything is great. I'm glad I'm not climbing the mountain tonight, even if it does require me to sacrifice some of my pride and manliness or whatever. At least I'll be safe tonight, because my best days are ahead of me. This was not my best day, and it was a really good day, but it wasn't my best day. My best days are ahead of me, and you just have to cherish everything. I don't really know what's going to happen with my life and journey. I don't know what God has in store for me in terms of everything. Future books, future everything, and I just can't afford to put anything like that in jeopardy. I got to follow the plastic bag, the analogy at least of like when I see him work in my life to follow that. So I remember this one time where I was delivering pizza, a similar thing where I saw this plastic bag in this tree, and I had that same thought. You ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind wanting to start again? That plastic bag was way too high up, and I was going to try to climb up, and I'm glad I didn't. Was not able to reach it. This plastic bag was at my level, so, and it was like all the way up there, and then I just picked it up. So, I mean, God has done that for me for sure. He's like just picked up right where I left off, and he's helped me out and loved. And I just want to be filled with more love. I just want to learn from my mistakes. I would like for this to be the last time that I sleep in and drop the ball like this, and just be better at communicating. I've gotten better. Lately, I've just been a lot better about, like, okay, when this person says I'm going to be at this thing, I just say, like, okay, I'm going to be outside at this time, and then I'm there and stuff. But with this, I was just a little wishy-washy and didn't tell him exactly what I was going to do. And so, you know, missed out. So it's sad. You know, there's some things I can do to maybe sort of make it up to the friend that I missed the performance, but I'm not going to be able to do, like, we can't go back in time. So we can only move forward. So yeah. There's still a lot of life left to live. There's still a lot of things I need to do. Still so many speeches I need to give. Like, I haven't even given my first speech out of school yet. So there's still a ton of things that needs to happen. And, you know, I'll look back at this like a couple years from now and be like, oh, that was super, special time, you know? Like, wow, that was a special time that God literally had that plastic bag just fly by. And I sang firework. That was hilarious and everything else. And I had to sacrifice my pride, but Mel was eating oatmeal. So, and my one friend said he was going to get on. So, like, I need to stick around for my friends. I need to do what's best for me, which, like, I don't know. Like, I had a friend reach out to me. I checked my texts, and he wants to pick me up for church tomorrow, and it's going to be a little early. Not that early, but earlier than I thought, because I'm probably going to be up late, so I don't know. I don't know what can happen tonight. All I know is I'm going to pour out my heart and soul to God like I would have if I had climbed that mountain, and I'm just going to tell him about what's going on. I'm very thankful because for me, like, this plastic bag really was like, really felt like it was God, like, trying to get my attention. So he still loves each of us, and he knows what we all need, and he is faithful. Today has been a great day. It's been a gift, blessing day. I just had to be more under his spotlight. So, like, right now we're kind of under the spotlight. Now, like, a little more under the spotlight. Not as much as that other spotlight. That other spotlight was, like, way brighter than this one. I don't know. But, because, like, I mean, there was times where I was in North Carolina and I hadn't ever done any of these live stream things. I've been wanting to try it out. I'd made a lot of shorts, but I never actually made a live stream, and I could have. But, yeah, so. Yeah, no, I think the stepping back from the ledge is a great analogy for life and for everything else. So, end of the day, like, we just have a lot of things outside of our control, and we learn from our mistakes to be better and to just treasure the here and now more and to treasure our friendships and relationships more. So I've learned a lot about cherishing people and appreciating them. So when I do get in another relationship, I do eventually get married and stuff, I'm definitely going to cherish that girl and help her to feel loved and seen and appreciated. I'm not going to be wishy-washy or anything like that. I'm going to help her out however I can, because there's gifts I have that, maybe are things that she struggles with, and vice versa. So we can lift each other up. There's that quote that says, "You lift me and I'll lift thee and we'll ascend together." So to have a relationship like that would be a dream come true, So, but I don't know how far away I am from that. For now, I'm obviously proud of myself for responding in this way instead of just staying in my self-pity and everything else after sleeping in and missing the dancing. I just kind of decided, okay, well, I'm going to take some drastic action. I'm grateful that I was able to do this stream, and it's a gift. So we just have to just keep on cherishing the gift. And Christ is the greatest gift. So got some cars. I'm really excited though. This is fun. Next week we'll probably do some live streams at some random places. It'll be fun because that's just my vibe. That's just how I roll. And I might have some people that jump in on the stream too. So it'll be fun. It'll be good. I'm excited. The best is ahead. If you're here now, you're just here at the early time. So I'm kind of looking over my shoulder just because somebody could come in and be like, "What are you doing?" It's kind of late at night at this point. It's 11:18. But God knows what's best. We can give to him everything we're struggling with, and he is able to heal us and take care of us and just do anything for us. So yeah, I'm just really humbled how I've seen him working through stream and working in my life and this stream at the same time. And I am very grateful for him. My life is much, 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 much better with trusting him and trying not to do my own thing. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean on to thine own understanding, and all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." So yeah. So it's I will let him direct my path and help me out. So I really don't know what could potentially in the future. I do feel that things are starting to pick up in my life now that I'm just really living in my vibe more and learning and just spreading a lot of love and joy. I believe a lot more of that is going to come to me, which is awesome. And I just have to keep looking to him and resting in his heat and his victory and chilling with him and having the courage to do things like this where I just jump on and talk about how I'm feeling and just kind of be here. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool how there's no limits when you trust in God's plan. But there's times where with trusting God's plan, you have empty nets. You can have empty nets for a couple years. I had empty nets for a long time where I was just trying to trust God and basically nothing was happening. None of these jobs were working out. Nothing was working out. And I was like, well, I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I was writing a lot of poetry. I was writing other stuff. And then now it's just bam, it's just all coming together. Everything's coming together. So obviously it requires sacrificing pride, requires letting go of bad habits or things of that nature. It requires of letting go of not great coping mechanisms. And yeah, if you do that though, at the end on the other side is a really amazing life with Jesus. And John 10:10 says, "I came that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly." So, but it also said, "The thief cometh to steal and to destroy, and then I've come that they might have life and they might have it more abundantly." So yeah, I know that Christ came and he lived and he died and he's coming back to this earth, and it was so we could have life more abundantly, so we could live much better lives than we ever imagined possible. So it's cool. It's cool to think of friends that I've met that have really just chosen to trust God and how things have really worked out better for them. New opportunities have fallen into the picture and stuff, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. God is good. You can't God is just so good. Before you go, can you end the stream with a prayer, please? I'd appreciate it. I'm sure everyone who's listening might be listening would too. Yeah, sure. I'll just kind of finish sharing my testimony. I know that when we feel like we're worthless and that we just have no potential and no future, that God sees something much bigger and he knows our infinite potential, our infinite future with him. And he knows our talents, that even the ones we haven't even developed yet. He knows what is best for us, and he might shut some awesome doors that seem to us just so his plan can happen. And that has happened for me many times, and that's okay. So yeah, and I know that we can trust God. We have nothing to worry about, and that we just need to keep trusting him and not worry about things that we don't understand. 1 Corinthians 13:12 says, "For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face." So I know that we will all see God face to face, and that we will get to talk to him about different struggles from this life, and that he's aware of us right now, what we're going through. And I say these things of Jesus Christ, amen. All right. Yeah, I'll say a prayer real quick. Mel, is there anything I can pray for you or anybody else that's still here? Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, we will definitely end with a prayer. So, yeah, God was moving in the dream today. He's been moving through this whole day. So, yeah, I think there's times where we really just really got it out and just give ourselves a little more credit and just be like, you know what, it's okay that this and this didn't happen. Like, I'm just glad you're still around, you know? So, all right, I'll just say a prayer then. All right. Well, Heavenly Father, I am very humbled with today. I am grateful for thy eyes being on me and on Elle and everybody else in this world. And please help me to continue to surrender my worries and struggles to your care, and especially my healing heart, to surrender it to your care and your mercy, however much longer I need to be single, just to cherish this time. Help me to continue to be healed and changed by the might of thy glory. And thank you for protecting me from that car. That could have, yeah, I don't know. You just don't know. I'm grateful for this plastic bag I'm holding in my right hand. You hold me with your right hand, and you. It says in Isaiah 41:13 that I will hold thee with thy right hand, saying, "Fear not, I will help thee." So thank you for helping us. Thank you for the amazing oatmeal stream this morning. Thankful for the oatmeal that Mel got to have, and I'm grateful for her and Tinkerbell and Titan and Davika for jumping back on the stream. That was very kind of them, and they said that they would be here, and they're here. So I'm thankful for that. Help me to just let my life become more than I could have ever imagined, and to continue to surrender my limited beliefs. I'm grateful that I up not climbing the mountain today, and also if there was going to be anything that would have eaten me up, then I would have glad that I avoided that. And I hope that the door is unlocked, still unlocked, because the older couple that I'm living with right now, they go to bed pretty early, so chances are the door's locked, and that would obviously make my life more difficult. So it'd be nice if the door is unlocked. Yeah, just help me to just keep going. Pray for Titan. I'm grateful his sea diving went well, and I'm grateful the Mel is our oatmeal, and I'm grateful Tinkerbell was on earlier. And yeah, just pray that we'd all continue to just feel thy love and embrace, and to just notice the things that
are proof of thy tender goodness and care. And help us each to have a good Sunday, Sabbath day. For me, it's going to church and stuff, and help me to wake up for that, even though I don't know how in the world I'm going to be able to sleep. And thank you for helping guide my thoughts and saying what needs to be said, so this could be a healing, restorative experience and not a experience of beating myself up or anything like that. So help us continue to be loyal to the world that is in each of us, and to continue to live up to the divine birthright that we each have. So yeah, and I'm grateful for my mom for jumping on the stream at 10 p.m. earlier. Yeah, it was like midnight her time. That's crazy. I'm grateful for her and my dad and their love for one another. I'm grateful for my other siblings, and grateful for this new adventure, new beginning, the spotlight season. I was literally under a spotlight earlier today, so that's crazy. Just help me to be more intentional and creative to help this channel grow and reach who it needs to reach, and help who needs to help. And just help me to continue to be better at talking to people and letting go of my fear. It says in 2 Timothy 1:7 about how you give us a sound mind and love, and help me just continue to cherish these things, and help us all to get a good night's rest. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Well, there we go. That is it. That's all she wrote. That's all I said. So God is amazing. God is faithful. Yeah. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I know that Christ lives and he's aware of us. And I do believe there's a prophet on the earth today, and there's a prophet named Joseph Smith who saw Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ in a grove of trees, and that led to a lot of beautiful things happening. And I will stay true to that testimony, and I will also be true to Christ, because that is what I need to do. Joseph Smith was a prophet for Christ, and I will do whatever I can for Christ. I'll be a witness for Christ. I'll testify of Christ. I'll prophesy of Christ. I'll do whatever I need to do. Whatever needs to happen. The Holy Ghost is a testifier of truth and cannot lie. So it's definitely a beautiful thing. So that's it. Thank you for hopping on. I will keep living my life, and I will just cherish this moment. Sometimes I do feel like the plastic bag, but God is aware of us, and he's able to fill that grocery bag to overflowing so it doesn't go anywhere. A lot of times when the grocery bag flies around, it's because it feels empty and feels like it's not good enough, and because of how it was treated or something like that, treated like nothing. But truth is, you are priceless and irreplaceable. We could, you could look all over the place in the entire world, and you never find somebody that's exactly like you. You never would. People that might be similar, but you'll never meet somebody that's exactly like you. You're one of a kind. You're one of one. There's a great song from Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh's one of my favorite characters and philosophers. It's kind of a joke, but he says, stand tall, you're in a class by yourself. Be proud, you're not like anyone else. No doubt about it, you're second to none, because you're the one and only one. If everyone were like everybody else, how boring it would be. The things that make me different are the things that make me. Stand tall, you're in a class by yourself. Be proud, you're not like anyone else. No doubt about it, you're second to none, because you're the only one and only one. And it says you're the only one, genuine, original. Yeah, so you're it. You're it. So it's just like with life, you're it. It's life. It's happening right now. And we got to choose what we'll do with it. And I'm grateful that you chose to spend some of your time with me, whether you're here earlier today or you're watching this in 2052. I love you, and God loves us, and that's much more important to remember. But yeah, and he's able to send a plastic bag. He literally put this plastic bag, go back and the timing was crazy. I just saw this plastic bag and I just followed it home, and here we are. I'm not home. I'm I'm a little bit of a walk away, but I wanted to end it here. So, well, much love. God cares about you, and he knows your weakness,
and he's faithful, forever faithful. So I want to be more faithful to him, more faithful to the people he puts in my life, more faithful to just the gifts that he's given me, and just to really cherish my life more. So it's cool when you have an experience and you just at the end of the experience, like, I just need to love life more. I just need to cherish this. I need to have more experiences like this. So definitely do more live streams, because this is a lot of fun. Felt a lot of love, felt very seen and held by God from this, for sure. And especially the oatmeal stream earlier, so that was a gift. But yeah, moving on Monday. It's gonna be crazy. My life is crazy. But I'll take the roller coaster. I'll take the crazy roller coaster over the kiddie boring ride any day. So yeah, great to have you here. I'm gonna keep learning from my mistakes, and who knows, maybe we don't know. God is good. He's faithful. He understands perfectly. And we just have to keep turning to him, especially when we feel really broken and hurt. I guess the last thing I'll leave with you is when Peter was walking on the water to Christ, like, Jesus shows up. The disciples are on the boat. Jesus is walking to them. The disciples, like, they're scared. Like, what is that? It's like a ghost or a spirit. Peter said, hey, God, Christ, if that's you, like, tell me to come to you. And Christ says, come. And I think it's in John 14 or Matthew 14. Peter's walking to Christ. He takes his eyes off of Christ, and he looks at the winds, he looks at the waves, and he starts sinking. And he says, Lord, save me. And he starts sinking really quickly. And Jesus immediately picks him back up. It says, wherefore of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? So I think that in terms of like me, in terms of me dropping the ball with the whole ride and stuff today with my friend, it's because I took my mind off of Christ and my eyes off of Christ, and I put them on my storm and stressing out and stuff like that. So that is the last thought I will share with you. We're at over 2 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's been a crazy experience. We've been all over the place. Literally, we've been just walking around, pavilion, spotlight, all that stuff. Oh, yeah, it was fun. We'll do it again soon. And thanks again for hopping on. Much love. I could keep going, of course, but we'll just stop it here. Thank you so much. Much love. Take care. And thanks for being here. Is that a snail? Oh, no, it's not a snail. It's a waving person. Yeah. Thank you so much. Much love. God loves you, and I love you all listening to this, and wish the very best for you, whether you're hearing this when I'm still on this earth or not. Just keep trusting God and trust his plan for you. It's real. He's able to snap his fingers and make things unfold in a beautiful way. Just don't harden your heart right when he's trying to help you out, because that's really what I feel right now. He's just really trying to hold me and take care of me and whisper peace to me and just help me keep going and not making decisions. Like, I don't know what would have happened if I tried to climb that mountain. I would have been freezing cold. I mean, best case scenario, I climbed to the top of the mountain. I'm like literally freezing, and it's like almost 1 a.m. and I have to walk all the way down and stuff. Worst case scenario, of course, I get eaten up by a cougar and that's it. That's the end of me. Or I try to call somebody or whatever and it doesn't work out. But no, we chose to just not do that. So yeah, bye. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the love. Take care. God loves you. See you. Bye. Drifting. Wanting to start again. You'll get your chance. Keep going.